Welcome to another action-packed episode of Dumb Money. Before we get started, I have a favor to ask. The Dumb Money guys have the opportunity to be speakers at this year's South by Southwest conference. We'd really like to be a part of it. The only way they're going to let us do it is with your help. We need votes. You'll need to register, confirm your email address, and then vote for us. We love you guys. We know you're going to pull through for us. Now, on to our first meeting of the day, Hero League. They are a software platform for consumers who are looking to be a part of league sports, and also for facilities that need to fill up their underutilized gaming facilities.
This shot will determine how good of a year we're going to have with our investment.
Get one in.
Hopefully we're better investors than we are basketball players.
Hero League is an app-based service for adults to play sports, and the purpose is to make it a lot easier to play and a lot more fun. So easier in the sense that, unlike a traditional league, you can play as much as you want of whatever sport throughout the year. So it kind of operates like a gym membership. You can play for 1 month or you can play for 12 months. Our leagues are continuous, which is super unique. And then it's a lot more fun because it's a lot like stepping into a video game almost in real life. So every player has a skill profile. We're tracking your stats, you're unlocking achievements and rewards. Your team has a ranking and you're going up against other similarly ranked teams.
You can see the stats on like a college team or like a
Yeah,
pro team,
exactly.
but on like a rec team, you don't really get
You have no
all
idea.
that information.
And that's so fun, right? To know my passing percentage went up from 70 to 80%, and I've been working on
How
that
do you
as a
track
team.
that?
So there's a few ways now we do human input. So somebody's on the sideline, or right now the referee has an app, and we're just doing goals per player. The second is wearables. So there's a lot of companies that do like vests that track you with GPS, and there's companies that do things in your socks so they can measure foot speed and all this other stuff. So integrating with that's the second thing, and then the third is computer vision, which even now you can get off like OpenCV, some pretty cool stuff to track where people are on a court. The technology's not there for like really advanced stuff, but that's kind of the third phase as we progress.
I am equally super excited about what you're doing and scared of it. I can't even imagine how many competitors you have that are small regional competitors, and as an investor that scares the hell out of me because I'm just thinking, God, there must be a ton of competition for this.
What is your market? Are you going after a individual local market, or are you trying to scale nationally at the same time?
We want to scale nationally.
It's just a really noisy market, so I'm just trying to figure out what's the differentiation that's going to allow you to actually scale, and is there a network effect with what you're doing that helps you beyond the individual city level?
Well, what I see is like once it gets big enough, let's say you're doing it like in Louisville, you move to Austin. If you've already set up in Austin, it'd be very easy just to switch, right? You're staying within the same application, the same company. His biggest differentiation is if you go to his app, he's gonna put you in a league instead of you having to go try to find a group of guys or group of girls that you wanna play with. Get rid of some of that friction of joining a new team.
Your software is an individual who wants to join a league without having to organize a bunch of other people, can just go in, sign up, and then be placed.
That's a huge element of it. Started our first league in April, just over a year.
So where are you today in terms of size?
We have like 230 people that are actually playing. We have 2 leagues.
Sports.
It's just soccer, 6v6 soccer. Yep.
And what's the age range?
70 or 80% male, from 18 to people with white hair in their 60s.
Okay. What's your retention rate?
50% at 90 days. Considering we're at a prototype with a fraction of the value we're going to create, I think that's okay. I have people who literally replace their gym membership with us, and they play like twice a week and have played for 15 months straight with us.
How much does he pay per month?
Around 40 bucks.
What's your cost right now of acquiring a player?
$17 to acquire.
To get him all the way into the league and like
Like a paying customer.
$17 is good. I wonder if that's scalable though.
One of the problems in this space is mismatched skill levels, and so we have like a ranking algorithm whenever you're playing, and every 4 weeks I adjust your ranking, and then you play teams that are more your fit. If you get a win streak, you start winning rewards for the longer you win, and so it gives you something to play for, which before it was like just a gym membership that wasn't something to play for. And also it mitigates risk for a high performing team. They can come in, it's like if they wreck shop, then they win a bunch of stuff. So that's been received pretty well. In terms of our expenses, the primary one that's like a little over a third is the field rental.
So yeah, my biggest issue when I was looking at this is that he's also competing with local leagues, right? And so like you're just taking on the extra capacity that a facility has, but that facility also has a league.
So we've had 3 facilities that have reached out to us. So part of this problem is that 80% or so of facilities are underutilized.
Gen Z right now, they move around. They'll work in a city for a year or two, then they'll jump to another city. I think there is a significant advantage to being national.
You're doing a round right now. It's like, what, $500,000 or something like that. So you get the $500,000, what do you do?
A third of that is just building out this technology and then these playbooks. And we'll kind of increase our league launch rate
How long does that money last you?
1 year.
So how many leagues do you think you're gonna pump up in that year?
We want to get to 14. We have 2 right now.
Are they all gonna be kind of regional?
Yeah, it's all just going to be around here.
When you say 14 leagues, how many teams in a league?
30 teams.
Give us a few days to a week. Let us talk. I want to do a little more research on the space, go over the deck a little more intensely now, look over the competition. Are you guys in on the wine filtration company?
So I just finished my taste test last night. For me, stirring was a super nightmare, but it's not really about me in this case. He's sold 4 million of these. He has proven demand. He has an inventory problem. We're not going to kill it in this investment, but it seems like an opportunity for us to make a modest return on a kind of sure thing product.
So Adrian tried it. She noticed 0 difference.
You mean 0 difference in terms of taste profile or
Taste
or
profile.
hangover?
She didn't think it tasted different, and she said there's 0% chance she would take that out in a restaurant and like stir it around in her wine.
For me, 0% chance I would stir my wine for 3 minutes. I
Yeah.
do want to try that pour out of the bottle kind.
Yeah.
Because that seems more practical.
That's the only one that makes sense to me.
I'm not completely out, but I'm not super excited about it.
Okay, so let me call my review because I forgot to ask her. Any feedback you have on the wine filtration system that you used? Did it change the taste of, how about like the hangover effect? Did you feel better or the same the next morning? Could you tell?
No.
And it was white wine too. Did you say you ordered more of them and why?
I ordered more of them because I do like the concept behind it, if it does work, especially like when I'm going out. We can't really control a wine list in certain places.
Would you actually use one in public?
100%, I put some in my purse when I got the new ones in.
You think other women would use those out in a restaurant or a bar?
Totally.
So you don't think it's embarrassing or anything like that?
No, not at all. The one negative I see behind people using it in public is having to use like once each glass of wine. Because if you're going out to dinner or you're going out, like chances are you're gonna have at least a couple glasses of wine. So having to get multiple ones out, it's just too bad that like you can't use one for like a couple glasses of wine.
Like I said, you can, it just depends on how sensitive you are to the chemicals in the wine. So different perspective than Jordan's wife. She's fine using it. She already has them in her purse now, plans to use them out.
So there's also the cost factor, right? So like at $8 or $10 for a bottle, that can add like 30% to a bottle of wine's price.
If you're drinking a $12 bottle of wine and you add $10 of expense to filter it, maybe just get a more expensive wine.
Right.
My big concern is repeat usage. How many of those 4 million sales were someone buying it once and then never using it again? Because I could see this as the type of thing that would have a high trial rate.
His stat said something like their customer buys 4 to 5 times.
So I'm kind of on the fence a little bit. I kind of like it. I'm trying to figure out where it goes next. How big does it get?
Well, it's been around for a while. I saw it on the Today Show last Christmas.
It's like the perfect little stocking stuffer, right?
Absolutely. I know what I'm getting you guys for Christmas, whether you like it or not.
I like the founder, right? He's awesome, very smart.
The whole question about does this work, I think it actually works. Now, the extent that you're going to have an effect varies on your body chemistry, right?
Yeah, it doesn't affect me.
I'm going to email him and see how low he would potentially go on an individual investment. Something I kind of feel like I want to be involved with. I want to support him. I think it's cool. I think it's relatively low risk.
I think my concern is he's been on the Today Show and he still is looking at investors like us.
The Today Show does not get you the type of sales you think. You'd be shocked.
I think he does a really good job selling it.
Yeah.
So like, if you get him in like an infomercial or something, I think you'd sell the heck out of him.
So Hero League, the founder is interesting. I feel like it's such a big project to take on.
My big concern is everyone has an app that is doing something in the team building. This is a little different because he is the league and the software, but there's a lot of software.
Like very different.
And from a social standpoint of bringing people together, giving them something to do, I like it. I just think it's such a noisy space.
By the way, I just got a text from Rogers Healy. He's that big real estate guy that we met. Can you talk today? May have an investment deal for you. I've already put money in. So See, he has access to some really interesting deals, so it's worth looking into. I have a really interesting deal that we need to meet with ASAP. It's ridiculous. There's a company that's pitching Capital Factory right now that they're looking at. Local guy who developed some kind of tech for erection difficulties. It is an actual device that a man wears.
Yes.
And the sales are skyrocketing through the roof, and it's like a class 2 medical device product. I looked at the website for like 2 minutes. I want to meet him. Only because it's such a big space, and what the sales numbers that I saw, I barely believe. But if it's true, he says he has like the second biggest Indiegogo campaign in history.
But it's a wearable device. No, you don't have to take any drugs.
Wearable device. It evidently works. I want to meet with him this week. We're still contemplating an investment in Rosie.
Yeah.
They're very close to closing it around, by the
Good.
way. They're killing it. And I know who I really want to meet with, like ASAP, that device in the operating rooms that helps surgeons label drugs because there's such a mislabeling issue. $500 million market in the US, and they're already in like, how many? A couple hundred ORs?
Yeah, I'm super interested in
I want to meet with them. Like, these are both companies I want to meet with this next week. Let's find out who Rogers Healy is investing in. Let's figure out that deal. What else? I have a potential stock trade. I'm a Five Below, the company I've been trading for years and years. Whenever they have a hit product, sales go through the roof. Like Toy Story 4, one of the top grossing movies of the year. The main character is a spork that the kid makes into a toy with like putting a little thing on it, some eyeballs and stuff. Costs like 10 cents to make. Disney has made a spork building kit that Five Below licensed from somewhere, and they're selling for $5, and it has been selling out for the past 3-4 weeks.
Oh, I believe it.
How many of these can they make? Can it be as big as the last hit product they had, I forgot, 2 years ago? What was that?
Fidget spinners?
Fidget spinners is the last big one that they sold.
Yeah.
I don't think it could be as big as fidget spinners, but most of the other kits are sold at like regular toy shops or $20. I think they could potentially ramp up production of these things in time for the holiday season. Could be a game changer for them, so we're gonna keep an eye on that. I'm not investing yet. Oh, that's what. We have something else. You told me that we have how many? A couple hundred people want books?
We've had more than 150 people already sign up for a free book.
Okay, so we need to go to my storage shed right now and load up the truck. I am going to put my kids to work, I just realized. I've been thinking of a summer project I need for them, and they can basically take the books out of the deal, put stickers on the book, so we'll get the books out maybe next week. So stay patient, books are coming. If you haven't ordered a book, they're free.
You can still get to it. dumbmoney.tv/book.
Until we run out of books, I have about 1,000 of them. Until we run out of books, we'll just keep mailing them out on us. And everyone asks, like, they're asking all these questions. I'm like, if you could just read the book, it would like answer 90% of the questions people are asking. So I just want to get the books out. If you do get a book, all I ask one thing. Leave a review on Amazon. If you hated it, if you loved it, I don't care. Just even if it's a 1-sentence review. The same way YouTubers are obsessed with comments on YouTube, authors are obsessed with reviews on Amazon, and I just want to get more reviews of my book on Amazon. It's important, right?
And I want comments on this episode, so let us know what you think about Hero Lead.
If you like this episode, give us a thumbs up. Every thumbs up matters.
Hit the like button.
Subscribe, smash that bell.
Oh no, the bell, you gotta smash it.
Smash the bell so that way you know when a new episode comes out.
Change your user settings so that you get every single notification.
Every single time.